5 years ago, the situation in the Western Cape was dire. A drought not seen in recent history brought communities and cities to its knees. At the most desperate stage, digging was done in the largest dam of the province, water-scarce, to get to the last water left. Fast forward to June 2023, and a flooding event not seen in decades had water rushing everywhere.
I heard a number of 700 cubic meters of water per second that was going into the Clanwilliam Dam. I mean, that's a huge amount of water. I saw on the Water Affairs report on how quickly those dams filled up. I don't know if I've ever, in my experience, seen dams filling up that quickly. I heard this morning somebody talking about 40 years ago did we last have this kind of water landing across our province. So it's been many years. The good news is our dams are nearly full.
From June 14 to 19, roads were washed away, rivers reached 50-year floodlines, and communities were cut off entirely from the outside world. 2 people lost their lives. 4 consecutive cold fronts brought so much rain in such a short space of time that dam levels increased overnight. Currently, water-scarce Dam is at 96% capacity, and this at the start of the winter rainfall season in the province. But officials say that does not mean that water will always be readily available.
This kind of scenario gives you some breathing space, so municipalities can look at their planning. Dual water systems must be compulsory. We cannot keep on with a system where we flush drinking water down the toilet. Looking at from an environmental perspective, I'm already talking to our environmentalists. How can we long-term in future stop the release of sewage into our rivers, into our ocean? It must be recycled, must be brought back into the system and reuse, and therefore the dual system is so important.
The greatest water user in the province, the city of Cape Town, says the heavy rains brought the 6 main dams that supply its water to near capacity. This is good news. It concurs with the provincial government that while full dams are welcomed, careful water management will always be vital.
Although we've had great rains and our dams are full, we'll always be prone to drought. This year is great. Last year was actually the 6th lowest on recorded history in terms of our rainfall. Our dams can only supply water for 2 or 3 years. And in the thick of a drought, we can't build our way out of a drought. So we need to always be aware of conserving water, of making sure we treat this commodity with the respect it deserves, and in ensuring that we have a water-wise approach to water.
Climate change will continue to impact water availability, and it's projected that 25% less rain will fall over the next 3 decades. The city has a 10-year, 50 billion rand program that's underway. Among others, it's working on non-surface water such as groundwater and desalination. Addressing aging infrastructure is part of the massive undertaking.
Our wastewater treatment upgrades. We are upgrading some of the major plants that are under capacity. Potsdam this year, which is a 5 billion rand investment. Athlone, Makassar, Zandvliet. We're also doing a lot of pipe replacement. Our sewer network, about 9,000 kilometers, we are replacing at 100 kilometers a year next year. And our water network, which is 11,000 kilometers, we're replacing at 50 kilometers a year. So we're averaging about 5 billion every year for the next 10 years, and this is over a 200% increase from past investments.
Webster says water tariffs are not for profit, but to recover the cost of investments. It says 38% of its water customers are considered indigent and receive water for free. And while dams are looking good now, there is no guarantee it will be the case in future. Mariska Botha, SABC News, Cape Town.